What up, y'all? It's a rainy storm checking in. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. It's a rainy storm checking in for the Pluto and Aquarius series. We are hopping right into Taurus rising, and Pluto Aquarius transiting that 10th house. For those of y'all that are checking in for the first time, my name is a rainy storm, aka Carew. I am your cosmic root work astrologist specializing in, I was about to say Mars activations again, girl. Like, let it go for now. Evolutionary astrology. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, I am definitely taking those readings, donation and tip based, and also in barter and trade based. All that link is below. All them links is below. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and also comment so this video can get to who it needs to get to. And also too, I just love listening or just reading y'all's comments and things like that. So let me know what y'all think in the comment box below. And also, we have a new podcast out, as well as Patreon membership as well at the bottom of that thing. And one thing. Oh, and make sure that y'all subscribe to the newsletter if y'all haven't already. That link is also below as well, so y'all could keep up. I am doing, as of now, currently, new moon newsletters, so you should receive the new moon session. I am on a new platform there, so y'all forgive me for the first one that I put out. Is cute, but I'm like, next time we gonna do something different and things like that. So I'm gonna stop running my mouth now, and let's talk and get into a little bit about Taurus rising for this Pluto and Aquarius transit going through the 10th house. So for those of y'all that don't know what this Pluto energy is, this is Pluto rules over the sign of Scorpio. This is where we talk about the phoenix rising out the ashes, but also just going into the dark corners and pockets of places that most dread. They just dread to go. Okay? Like, they just do. They dread to go. They don't want to go. They're just like, no, rather not. But Pluto is that one. Okay? Pluto is that one that's going to be like, you know what? I'm willing to go the distance. I'm willing to get down deep in the guts. Okay? I'm willing to put on my, popping on them gloves and say, let's get down to business. And that's exactly what Pluto is going to do for this next 20-year transit, 20-year transit in your career public standing house. It's the Capricorn house. Public standing doesn't necessarily have to do with career. It is the legacy that you are leaving behind. I know, Taurus, you're like, wow, that's a big duty. Are you up for it? Can you handle it? Michelle, can you handle it? Beyonce and Kelly, can you handle it? Okay. All right, back. Gemini, Mars and Gemini, back into character. Anyway, as I was saying, this energy is going to be doing a number here. Like I said, transformation, things like that. And then also on top of that, just Aquarius in this energy alone, it is rebellious, earth-shaking, ground-shattering, collective healing as well, to a sense. But there's also this individualistic nature of Aquarius that just kind of wants to be its own person. It wants to do its own thing, even inside of the collective, right? But if we look at the dark side of Aquarius, which I talk about this in all the videos, it can give cult sometimes. It can give beehive mentality, being mentality. And for you specifically, Taurus rising, and this going through your 10th house, your space of career. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure that in this 20-year cycle, the way in which we look at job, works, career space in general is going to change drastically, right? But this is like the long-term thing, your calling, if you will, right? Your purpose, your vision in life. And then that's when we step into the 11th house, kind of dip our toes in there too. This is where we see that top part of the chart, like what you've come here to do. And for you, Taurus, I feel like there is a sense, it's interesting because Taurus is so grounded in this foundation of, you're learning this energy of Taurus of like being grounded and firm and still in your incarnation here, right? You're planting the seeds and sowing the seeds of this I would say proverbial energy of like, how could, ooh, let me drink some water. How can I establish a healthy, solid earthly foundation in this life, right? But then you have Aquarius in this 10th house that wants to be unconventional, right? It doesn't, it's like, yeah, I mean, I could do the same thing. I could do the same things, like, you know, I could plant the seeds, but then I might change my mind, you know? I might like to do things different, and it might drive Taurus a little crazy. I'm not going to hold you. It's definitely going to be squaring this energy sometime during this transit, especially on your ascendant, because Taurus is a fixed sign and Aquarius is a fixed sign. So it might drive you a little like, why do I feel, you know, it might be a little instability in the career house, right? Because you're wanting to do things in a new way. You're wanting to do things that actually are really calling deep down into the person that you are, which honestly, if we're gonna be real with Sagittarius in the 8th house, you crave freedom. Okay? There's a part of you deep down in your spirit and your soul that really craves to be free. And whatever that looks like for you, that is something that you will determine for yourself. But this is where we see this 10th house energy play out with Aquarius being here. You might be asked, you know, maybe with this Pluto in the 10th house energy, you could find that you might lose a job, or you might lose, I would say, lose a career. Or if you don't lose a career, you might end up switching or changing careers. Or maybe if you are in a specific position, your whole entire career space changes. The ways in which that you are in this particular space might shift and undergo a complete change. There might be some power struggles here as well. You know, you might be getting a little shade and slack from some. Now, if you work from home, or if you like have your own business, this is a little bit different, and I'll talk a little bit about how this could be different for you. But if you work for like a company, which a lot of times, especially with Aquarius here, because it is also, as much as it's like Uranian and rebellious and things like that ruled, it's Saturnian ruled. So if you're working for like this corporation, you could find that there's a little bit of, you know, power struggling going on with this particular position. You might find people that might become a little bit jealous in this area of your life. You know, maybe you're bringing like, you know, real change to the place in which you work, and people don't really like that. You know, they might have something to say and they might have something to feel, which I feel that's why this Taurus is here in the Ascendant, right? Because even when you have your unconventional thoughts, even when you have your unconventional ideas, there is this earthly grounding that is helping you form a base, a solidified foundation within yourself to be like, you know what? Even if my ideas here in this particular place are unconventional, they're different, they're progressive, I have a firm plant. That's not to say that you can't change. Like I said, the Aquarius, even though it's fixed, is movable, it's electric, right? There's a part of you that really believes, and you know, rightfully so, that's like, you know, I can be firm in this. I can be firm in what I feel in my experiences here. So yes, that is one thing. Now you can also be, because Pluto can be a little obsessive here too, right? You can become completely enthralled in your, ambitions, your goals, your career. You could just want to put every inch of yourself and throw yourself into, you know, your career space. I will say also too, because I know that with Taurus rising here, you're going to have the North Node in Aries. I mean, I don't want to deviate here, but I am going to mention this because something's telling me to mention this. It might be because you just have a lot of mental energy going on, especially for this next year of 2024 with Aries here, you know. I don't know exactly how long this is all gonna be up on YouTube, right? But for those of y'all that are watching this, you know, before YouTube goes goes. I don't think YouTube is gonna be here. That's another story for another time. Okay, let's get back on track. Anyway, there just might be a lot of mental energy going on in that 12th house with Aries there. So all that energy is being funneled into work, because mentally there's just a lot going on in your mind, in your mental space. So you're like, let me just put it all into my work. Like, so you can just become, this is like the jumpstart of Pluto and Aquarius is in January. So you could just become like obsessed with your work, like every inch of your work here. Every inch of like, what is it that I want to leave behind? What is it that I want to do? Like, what is my legacy? What am generational wealth? What am I do? Like, what is my purpose here? Your public status, like I said, can definitely do a shift. Like I said, how maybe with Pluto and Aquarius, you might feel yourself retract. Like I said, you could be in a job that you worked for so long, and then you just like, what does this even mean? Like, what does this even mean? Like, I've spent so much of my time here in this place or in these places, and like, what is it like literal? So you're questioning, you can start to question the meaning of all of it. You're questioning the meaning of, it's like, I like this stability, it's great, but then there's something in you that craves so much more. And so you're seeking that. You're really looking into that. Even if it's quiet as it's kept, there's a part of you here that's really seeking, okay? Becoming a more confident, also too, what you bring to the table, your unconventional thoughts, your unconventional ideas, even when those things might be under attack. Even when those things might be under attack, your confidence in this is going to have to build. Your confidence in what it is that you know, your visionary ideas, your visionary thoughts, it's going to increase. And not only just the ideas and thoughts that you have, but actually putting those things into motion. Actually putting one step forward and really acting on those things that you see, that you envision, that you think, I'm not saying that you're slacking in this. I'm just saying that there's going to be it might feel a little overwhelming at first, because you're just like, where are all these ideas coming from? Like, I want to do this and I want to implement this, and this. Boom, boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would just say if you work from home, if you have, your career is somewhere from home or in your home space area, in particularly, whether you're doing something for the community, for example, you have like community work or volunteer work or humanitarian type of work or philanthropy kind of work, maybe you start to want to get into that. That can also go through a shift as well. Like, you could find yourself wanting to shift away from big governments and corporations. And I know for a Taurus rising, you're like, not to say that Taurus rising doesn't, but let's just be real. Taurus likes the stability, of having that stability. But I'm just saying, with these coming times, there might be things here that could be a little challenged. There could be some things that might be challenged in these next 20, that will be challenged. I'm not even going to say think. There will be challenged in the ways in which you look at these things. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's not all I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. Okay. Uncovering also new interests in the workplace. Yeah, so uncovering new interests. So you might, like I said, you might have had like something that you did for a while in whatever career field that you're in, and now all of a sudden that just Pluto comes in and transforms that. It switches. Maybe you have like some type of experience here where you like, you know what, I've been doing this all wrong. I need to do this differently. Like, something has got to give. Like, like, I need to do this differently. I need to look at this differently. I need to go about this differently. So you pivot. You shift. You literally shift and do something completely different that it just could be out of your normal comfort zone, but something is calling you to do so. So that's a little bit of what I have about Taurus rising and Pluto in Aquarius in that 10th house. Legacy and purpose, like I said, is going to be a huge part of this transit for you here, and really looking long term with what that's going to look like in the future and moving forward. So, you know, good luck with that. You know, let me know, like I said, in the comments what y'all thinking, what you thinking, how you feeling about this. And like I said, personal readings link below. And yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's a rainy storm checking in, checking out. Without a doubt, we're going to be moving on to Aries rising with Pluto moving through the 11th house. And doses.